All right, here's another. This one triggered me, right? This one triggered me. Right?
Get a vasectomy if they do one of these three things. Number one, default on child support. If you're not paying child support for your current children, you have no business having more children that you can't afford. Number two, get charged with domestic violence. There's no need for elaboration on that. Number three, they don't participate in their current children's life. I'm sorry, but if you decide not to be a part of your children's life, having another child isn't going to change that or fix that. And you're not going to become a good dad just because you pumped another one out. I feel like we are so quick to force women onto birth control, which is one of the most poisonous things on this planet, and men should be held more accountable. Just my two thoughts. I think men should be forced to get a vasectomy if they do one of these three things. Number one,
It's always insane to me that women are the ones to promote my body, my choice. And yet, you can have the audacity to have a rule or judgment on men's body. It's like the pure hypocrisy in that. That you cannot see, like, this is the thing, right? If you are a supporter, right, of my body, my choice, right, the Roe v. Wade crap, if women, freedom of choice, right? If women want to do whatever they want to do, they can do it, right? If you are 100% a supporter of that, and then to flip that, you know what? I think men should get a vasectomy because of that. Really? Really? So when it comes to women, you support my body, my choice, right? Yet when it comes to men, you're willing to do forced surgery on men for whatever reason you have. It's like, how about be consistent? Like, really be consistent, because again, none of the things she will talk about, which I'm going to play again, are crimes. None of the things she talked about are crimes. Okay? They're not crimes. And to be honest, the level of, let's say this, a man that neglects his child, right? A man that leaves his child is different than a woman that deletes her child, right? It's drastically different in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other one or whatever that, but there are clear differences to it. So really, it's fine for you, like, oh, I support women choosing if they don't want it, right? To delete a future human being. But you know what? If men are not good fathers, they should get forced surgery. It's like the absolute hypocrisy in that. And women like this, they won't see that. You know what? They won't put the same argument, the same energy towards women. And there are plenty of women that are shitty mothers. Plenty. Yet you don't get that same energy from women. We'll play this and I'll talk about it again.
one, default on child support. If you're not paying child support for your current children, you have no business having more children that you can't afford. Number two, get charged with domestic violence. There's no need for elaboration on that. Number three, they don't participate in their current children's life. I'm sorry, but if you decide not to be a part of your children's life, having another child isn't going to change that or fix that. And you're not.
Okay, getting charged with domestic violence, there's a crime with there is penalty for that already. Now, unless you want to change, that one, yes, that's a crime. The other two, I don't really think so, but let's replay that one. I forgot. Let's go back to what she says.
Children, you have no business having more children that you can't afford. Number two.
So can't afford it. It's not really a crime, right? And it's not really a crime. So to do forced surgery, poor people have children all the time.
Get charged with domestic.
And this is the thing. Okay, so if he can't afford it, she needs child support. She can't afford it too. Does that mean that she she should have a hysterectomy. She can't afford the child herself. No, that energy is only reserved for men.
Violence. There's no need for elaboration on that. Number 3,
Now, if a woman, and if you guys, I think I'm gonna eventually do a video on all these teachers that are, doing crimes against their students. Would she say that these women need hysterectomies? I don't think so.
don't participate in their current children's life. I'm sorry, but if you decide not to be a part of your children's life, having another child isn't going to change that or fix that. And
here's the thing: why not just say people? Right? Why stick it to only men? Because this shows you the hypocrisy. Where, okay, so if women do the exact same thing, that means because now you have to question that. Do you also mean that if women do the exact same thing, should they get a hysterectomy? Should they be forced to never produce again? No.
you're not going to become a good dad just because you pumped another one out. I feel like we are so quick to force women onto birth control, which is one of the most poisonous things on this planet.
It's not one of the most poisonous things on the planet. There's a whole lot more poisonous things on this planet. And here's the thing: there's condoms, there's Plan B, there's what is it? There's other things than birth controls, right? So really, there's other things. And to be honest, it's kind of ridiculous. The most poisonous things on this planet. Birth control is the most poisonous things on this planet. Yet it is okay for women to delete children. Okay, that makes sense.
And men should be held more accountable. Just my 2 thoughts.
How about people? People should be held more accountable. Why does men should be held more accountable? So that means women don't need to be held accountable, right? That's the hypocrisy I point out. I do not hate women. My language is not, oh, I hate women. No, my language is I hold everyone accountable, right? I hold everyone accountable for their words, for their actions. It just so happens that women are so much more delusional, and their hypocrisy shows. Let's do this.
Jesus Christ. Any person who is not in the position to want or have kids within their lifetime should take accountability and do what they need to do to ensure that they don't end up having a child. This video is simply just highlighting how society's fix to this is to just stick women on birth control. But what about the men? Did you know that women are only fertile for 24 hours within a month? And men are typically fertile all the time? Men taking accountability for their fertility and making a decision as to if they are a right fit to be a parent needs to be talked about more and needs to happen more. I'm also the farthest thing from a hypocrite. I myself got my tubes removed when I decided that I was not in a position to want or have more kids. Accountability, people. Accountability. Jesus Christ.
And yet you don't understand it as well. You don't understand it. You didn't talk about your man. You didn't talk about your man, meaning... Good. Yes. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for women. You want to stay single for the rest of your life? Go for it. You want to be childless? Go for it. Right? But this is the thing. That is hypocrisy. That is a hypocrite. Because again, your words were only towards men. Only towards men. You ignore that women commit or do the exact same actions.
Any person who is not in the position to want or have kids within their lifetime should take accountability and do what they need to do to ensure that they don't end up having a child.
Yeah, but is your thought is that, you know what? You thought men should have a vasectomy. So is your also view is that women should have forced hysterectomies or tube tying? This is the thing. It has to go both ways. If it doesn't, then you're a hypocrite.
This video is simply just highlighting how society's fix to this is to just stick women on birth control. But what about the men? Did you know that women are
This is the thing. You don't have to have go on birth control. You also don't have to have sex with these men. You know, you could force them to have a condom, right? Wear a condom, or not have sex with these men, or right, plan B. It's like, or it's like this is the thing, right? Here's how you hold men accountable, not forcing a vasectomy, because again, if you do that, that is a line that now you cross that is going to be very blurry. Because now, if you can force a man to have a vasectomy, guarantee you can and you should force women to in the same situations. Okay? How women hold men accountable is that you don't have sex with them. You don't take away the consequences. You don't take away the consequences. You don't reward bad behavior. You don't reward bad behavior. If he's a terrible man, you don't have sex with him. If he's a bad man, you don't give kids to him.
only fertile for 24 hours within a month, and men are typically fertile all the time. Men taking accountability for their fertility and making a decision as to if they are a right fit to be a parent needs to be talked about more and needs to happen more. I'm also the farthest thing from a hypocrite. I myself got my tubes removed when I decided that I was not in a position to want or have more kids.
What makes you a hypocrite is that you don't apply your same thought to women. Not that it doesn't make you a hypocrite that you did it yourself. No. What makes you a hypocrite is that you deem that for these reasons, men should get a vasectomy, should be forced to get a vasectomy. Yet, for the same reasons, you didn't apply that to women. That's where you become a hypocrite. And that's the thing, right? Honestly, I've said this in a video, right? One, this is going to extremes, vasectomies and all that stuff, right? Two is that women have to understand. Bad men will do bad things. They don't care. These men don't need to reflect if they will be good fathers or not, because they don't care. They don't care to be good fathers. They didn't want to be good fathers. They just want to use women. There are men like that out there. Plenty of men like that out there. But how do you hold these terrible men accountable? Not deal with them, right? There are Chads, there are Tyrones, there are Pookies, there are players, there are bad boys for a reason. You don't deal with them. You don't have, you know what? You don't have sex out of wedlock. Boom. That is what holds men accountable, right? If he thought it was good enough to have sex with you, to impregnate you, he should have thought it'd be good enough to marry you. Yet, women destroyed that, boundary. They are having sex with men out of wedlock. They are giving kids to men out of marriage. So, you know what? At the end of the day, if women are not holding men accountable, why should the law? Right? And plus, it's funny that a woman like this would be a supporter of Roe v. Wade, right? Of freedom of choice. Yet, she's also a supporter of controlling men's bodies. The hypocrisy in that is very evident.